All right. Reality TV is for entertainment purposes, right? Some people may feel like it's negative. Some people may feel like it's just something to do to kind of break up everything that's going on in the world. It's funny, it's entertaining, and that type of thing. And some people think that it influences a lot of time the behaviors of people who watch it and indulge in it. Well, I happen to love reality TV. Okay. And a lot of people differ because they feel like it's not good. So we're going to talk about this a little bit, especially right now with Joseline Hernandez and Lemmy, which is the CEO of Zeus Network, which that Joseline has been a part of for a while since she left, shortly after she left the Love and Hip Hop franchise, right? So we're going to talk about it. But before we do, remember, everything I say is strictly entertainment purposes, and that is all. Okay, so let's get into the conversation. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Okay, it's very easy. Don't just listen, like and subscribe. Okay, for me, when I look at reality TV, I look at it as funny, entertaining, and sometimes I think that they push the envelope a little too much. I'm sure some of you can agree. Some of the things you can probably relate to when you look at it like, man, I remember back in the day, or you may see even now, man, sometimes I have had to deal with some of the things these young ladies a lot of times are dealing with and putting out in public. Also, there's such a big variety of reality TV. We have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that type of show, Real Housewives of Potomac, that type of reality. Then you have these younger type vibe reality TV where you have the baddies, and now you have Zeus that put out the Cabaret by Joseline, those type things, right? You also have the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Miami. You know, I'm a reality TV buff. That's just what I look at. I mean, back in the day, I used to look at Jerry Springer. So let me play a little bit about what's going on between Joseline Hernandez and her former, I'm going to say former boss, I guess you say, the guy she worked for, Lemmy, which is the CEO of $1 billion streaming platform, Zeus Network. So listen to her real quick.
How's everybody doing? I wanted to come on here. Excuse my appearance, but I'm truly scared for my life. Lemmy Plummer is a predator. Lemmy Plummer is a predator. He waited until I was pregnant to make threats. He waited until I was pregnant to text my phone about taking my streaming network down. Lemmy Plummer, I'm not saying nothing that is not truth. Everything that I'm saying is truth. You are a predator. You get men and women to beat up people and you pay them. You're a mobster. You're a mobster. You're a predator, and you go against women. You go against women that you think are by themselves and that are not going to protect themselves and that are not going to speak up for themselves. Right now, I'm pregnant. I'm 39 years old. I'm pregnant with the first kid of my husband. And you choose to wait till I'm pregnant to say anything to me about my streaming app. You're sending threats to my phone. You have people calling my phone, making threats to my phone, and I'm fear for my life. You're making threats to my phone, Lemmy Plummer. I fear for my life. Everybody in Zeus Network and all the cast members in Zeus Network knows that you pay people to beat up your cast members. They know that you pay people to make your cast members bloody and to harass them and to control their narrative. You're $1 billion man. You are so upset that I started my own little streaming app. That you saying I'm being defamatory towards you. It's not defamation when I'm speaking the truth. You're an evil man, and I'm fearing for my life. And I'm going live just in case I get my car shot up in Miami, where I'm at. Because I'm in Miami, and I know you be in Miami all the time. And every time you come to Miami, you for me. And you didn't think I would let the world know how you being acting like a predator while I'm pregnant. You want to go online and put this fake face on. You want to go online and act like you this good guy. You're not a good person, Lemmy. You're not a good person. You're not a good person, and it's going to come to light. It's going to come to light what you've been doing to people, what you've been doing to young ladies. You harass every female on your network. Not just me, you harass Janisha, Scotty. How many times have you beat up Janisha? How many times have you beat up Scotty? How many times have you beat up those baddies? How many times have you paid these people off for them not to take you to court? You're not going to get away with it, Lemmy. You can't go around harassing people, sending death threat to people, and then going online and saying, oh, they just telling lies to me. How many women are going to say the same thing about you and nobody's going to believe them? How many women, how many young ladies got to go online, Lemuel Plummer, to talk about surviving Sue's network and surviving the predator, Lemuel Plummer? How many young women? Who's got to get, is it going to have to be me? So you're going to kill my pregnant baby, Lemuel Plummer? So now you're going to kill, how many people in your network got to go on live and tell the truth about you, and you act like it's all a lie? How can possibly 100,000 be lying on you and the stuff that you're doing or you're done, Lemmy? You contacted me. You harassing me on my phone. You harassing me on my text messages, telling me to shut down my network because it's direct competition with your network. You trying to stop me from feeding my daughter and feeding my unborn kid? And now you are making those threats online? We will deal with this accordingly. What, you gonna have somebody shoot my car up in Miami? That's what you gonna do? You're gonna get my baby, but you going online saying, oh, I know she's pregnant, and I know this is a sensitive space, for a sensitive time. No, I was doing just fine. I just had the premiere of Get Money Girls Miami in Miami. I shouted you out. When people was asking, am I competing with other networks? I said, I'm not competing with anybody. I shouted everybody out, and I said, thank you guys for supporting Why You Here TV. All of a sudden, you know I'm pregnant, and you want to start texting me taking a picture with somebody that came to support me, telling my husband I need to take down the network at once, sending me messages. You're going to deal with this accordingly. Are you going to get somebody to car up like you do with everybody else? Lemmy, are you going to get somebody that I'm pregnant with my second child at my old age? You're going to get somebody to kill me and my baby? That's what you want to do to me? After all the years that I gave you, after all the secrets that I kept because you make a threat every fucking time, after all the secrets I kept from you and that network for years, I kept all your dirty secrets from Ashley and all the producers, making girls fight each other, making people hit people with bottles and make people beat each other. After all the secrets I kept because of your friends, one morning you wake up and you're going to cut my checks that I'm supposed to be getting in perpetuity because you claim I'm a direct competitor to you? Are you fucking me, Lemmy? Little old me? Little old me? I've been on TV my whole life making all these networks wealthy. I made VH1, Viacom, BT, everybody wealthy. Sue's network wealthy. As soon as I want to make myself wealthy and do something for my kids, now I'm the formation of your character. Your character ain't nothing. Your character is, nobody believes your character. You pay people to get beat up, so you're going to get people up in Miami. I'm on my way to the police station to make a report on you, because if I come up, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, but you know what? I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for me, and I'm going to fight for everybody that you ever did wrong. You thinking that you can make threats to people, vague threats? Oh, we're going to deal with it accordingly. You're going to send me to get killed? You're going to put out a hit out on me, Lemmy? You're going to put out a hit out on the woman that started your company? The woman that make your company be legitimate? 7 years, I worked hard to get you to be where you at. And I'm pregnant. Look at my belly. Look at my belly. I'm pregnant. My stomach is out here. I'm a 39-year-old woman. I should not be getting this stress. I haven't done anything to you. I haven't done anything to Zeus Network. And you making threats. You sending me messages. Oh, we're gonna deal with this accordingly. What does that mean? Are you gonna try to get me shot? They found a body in Zeus Network office. We ain't hear nothing about that. What happened to that boy that died outside of your network? What happened to that boy? What happened to that body they found outside of your network? What happened to him? Why we don't hear about that? Defamation of character. You have no character. And the people that works for you, all your producers, they have no character. And for Janisha, after all the times you beat her up, is still working up under you and having fucking contacted the FBI to tell them what you done to her. She's a fucking lunatic. And everybody that's around is a fucking lunatic. And that's why I started Why You Here TV. Because I wanted to get away from Zeus. Even in my last reunion at the cabaret, y'all didn't even see me on stage. Y'all didn't even see me on stage. I didn't even go on stage. I didn't want to be there. Because I don't want to be around y'all no more. I got with y'all when I was 31 years old, still very young-minded. I was 31 when I got with Zeus Network. Still very stupid in the brain, very dumb, very slow still. Didn't really know. Just finished Stevie J and Mona and VH1, and my hair was fucked. I was getting high and doing stupid. I've been clean for going on 4 years. 4 years. And you try to make it relapse. This is the type of predator I speak of. When I speak of a predator like Lemmy, you sending me threats on my messages. Take down my company at once, but you stop my payments. And if I don't take this down or that down, you're gonna see me accordingly. You making those type of threats. You got people calling my phone private, this and that, silence. Like, you're not gonna say anything. What are you saying? Where am I? So you can. That's your doing, Lemuel Plummer. That's your doing. That's your doing. Defamatory of character. You have no character. Your whole network is set up from violence. It's nothing but violence in your network. Your network is the most disgusting network in life. It's so much violence going on in your network. It's blood everywhere. It's nasty. It's disgusting. It's devil worshippers all over there. And you messing with the people over there overseas. And you told me yesterday on the phone, my shareholders, which I ain't going to say no names yet, my shareholders are calling me about Joseline. So you got people in Israel calling you about me? You got the mobsters from Israel calling you about me while I'm in America with child? At my old age? And this is why I say you did it to Scotty, the whole pregnancy. You cheated on Scotty. You beat up Scotty. You talk crazy to Scotty. You abused Scotty. You used her, you misused her. You did everything to that lady while she was with your child. Everything. You know what? I wanted to come in here and address the bull was saying about me. Like I'm defamatory to him. But you're making threats to me, vague threats, getting people to call my phone and all of that stuff. I'm trying to have a good pregnancy, and I want to keep trying to thrive, even though he's doing everything in his power to shut down my company, Why You Here TV, and to shut me up. He wants me to be quiet. He took my money. I'm not getting no more payments on my payment in perpetuity with that network. He took my money. He's been abusing me for years. He's been abusing me mentally for years. And I haven't said a word. I haven't said a word. I've been quiet about it. I haven't said nothing. But now when you're trying to abuse me and make threats and send messages to my phone and do all of that stuff, it's a different story. Now I gotta let the world know you're trying to, and you're trying to send attacks on me. Because if I come out missing, this is gonna fall on you. I'm gonna get up this live now because I gotta really try to continue to survive and thrive, especially now that my money that I worked so hard for the 7 years, he took him. He took my money. He's trying to steal Joseline's Cabaret, which I own. So I'm gonna get out this phone. I wanted to come in here and address what he went on live to say. But you're a predator. And hopefully the feds will take you down. Because you're not bigger than the program, Lemuel Plummer. You're not bigger than the program. And you're not God. It's the God out here. And it's not Lemuel Plummer.
Well, you see, Joseline is real irritated with him. And let me tell you, I have been following Joseline for the longest when she came in with the shortcut and she was coming from being a stripper. And Stevie, remember she used to say, Stevie used to bring her on and was introducing her to what was going on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Stevie was initially in a relationship with Mimi. Y'all remember back in the day when Love and Hip Hop Atlanta first hit the scene. That is when I remember Joseline first hitting the stage. And she brought a different vibe, a different energy, brought a lot of hurt. She brought a lot of pain. But she also brought a lot of dysfunction too, because Joseline would go off, slap off, and you wouldn't know which way she was coming. And a lot of it, I think, had to do with things that were going on in her life at the time, things that had gone on. She didn't have any children at that particular time, and she was a hurt woman, right? So now, moving forward, she finally got Stevie out her system, and she's with a whole new husband, her Stevie's daughter, her daughter, and she seems to be moving forward. She still kept with the little kind of vibe of reality TV that she kind of first came out with, but on a whole different platform. Because Joseline would throw them hands like in a minute. One thing she'll be talking, then she start talking to you in Spanish, and then she talking with the accent, and next thing you know, she all up in your grill. You know what I'm saying? She was just funny, unpredictable. But she also had a lot of hidden issues that she was dealing with that became public. She, at the time, was had an addiction going on, which I think now she's gotten help, because actually she has a new platform out, a new streaming platform. And that's part of the problem with her and Lemmy, that I don't know how deep her ownership is, but if she's trying to make her own money, not as just a show on the streaming network, but she's actually trying to become her own boss. And I salute her for that, because she's been working as someone with a show on a platform or a part of the cast for a long time. So now she feels like she got enough under her belt and she's ready to step out and do her own thing. Well, I actually joined the network, Why Are You Here TV. And I actually joined, and it wasn't expensive at all. I actually did the monthly amount, which was $5.99 a month. And that was to support Joseline and what she's trying to do. And also you can become an annual membership, which was like $50-something, which I probably would do that, but I want to kind of get a vibe on what they was going to be doing and decide from there. So at this point, I went and looked at some of the shows that they have on there just to kind of see if it's something that I wanted to be a part of and things that I wanted to, look at. And so far it seems pretty good. It's this typical reality TV kind of vibe. It's a typical reality TV type of vibe where Joseline is the host and she has some girls coming in and, the same thing where they at a house and they're competing and that kind of thing. And at the end, I'm sure most of the time they'll get some money. But the name of it is Get Money Girls Miami. It's a trailer on there if you want to go check it out. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be just as good as any other reality TV show. And I think her husband, Ballistic is his name, has a little episode on there, Get Your Mind Right. So they're kind of trying to kind of let everybody feel what it's going to be about. You know, Joseline is pregnant, and her and Lemmy are not getting along because Lemmy feels like now, you know, you're a competition now. You're not just a woman on the show that's working in the best interest of my network, Zeus. You know, you are a direct competitor of mine now. So I guess he wasn't with that because my understanding is she was going to leave the cabaret on that platform because she probably has a contract with him. But I don't know what everything going on. I don't really know how that's going to fare out. But they've been going back and forth. And then this is what Lemmy had to say. Lemmy is saying it's all lies, that she's not telling the truth. But I want to show you guys what Lemmy is talking about because Lemmy feels like, hey, you're my competitor now. You're not just a girl on my show or a woman on my show helping us get to the pot. You are competing for me because now you're pulling people away from my platform, trying to pull them to yours. And when you think business, Lemmy is right. Joseline is directly competing with his network, Zeus. I mean, she helped build Zeus to $1 billion industry. She did her part with Zeus, and now she wants to go her on. So listen to what Lemmy has to say and tell me what you guys think. Let me know if you think he's telling the truth.
Trying to say was I was off, you know, the way social media works, you know, with just how things spread fast, false narratives, and all those things. It would be irresponsible for me not to address this stuff that she said on her live, and that's what I was saying. And I asked her a few questions, and I said, "Have you seen yourself on TV prior to Zeus and during your time at Zeus?" That was like the first couple questions I had asked. And then I said, we've always, you know, presented you, or we've always given you the platform and the opportunity for you to present yourself the way you want to be presented. We've given you creative freedom to do exactly that. That's what I was saying on camera. So I'm just trying to like process everything that was said because, you know, there has been so many, and I said this earlier before my signal went out, I said there's been so many altercations involving you that have been broadcast over the course of your entire career, which could have been decades, I'm not sure, you know, over multiple platforms and networks. And the behavior that you're trying to attribute to me is behavior that you've actually shown towards your cast members and your castmates, and it's all captured on camera, it's all recorded, okay? You accused me today of threatening you physically, which has never happened. I have never physically threatened you. I'm not even a violent person. I don't threaten people. It's never existed a day in my life. I don't threaten people physically. You know, you accuse me of being a predator. You accuse me of abuse physically, emotionally, mentally, and even said that I'm sex trafficking women, which is so egregious, it's so ridiculous, and it's completely false. So the fact that you are saying these things is very hurtful in a real way because it just does not exist. Okay, that's my name, it's my business, and it's my life. Okay, that's what this is about and why I am live. I am a human just like everybody else, and I'm not going to allow you to do that. Okay, you claim I've threatened you. Where have I threatened? Where is Ballistic? Where is your husband? Why isn't he calling me, texting me? Where is he at? If somebody threatened my girl, I'm getting on the phone and I'm going to call them. I'm not going to go live on social media and say I made a threat to harm somebody. Like, that doesn't even make logical sense. Nobody's ever sent you a text. Where's this text message? Where's the text message? Please show the text message, because you know me, I will have no problem showing the text messages. There was no like real threat ever. There's never been any threat ever, real anything. I have never threatened you. You, your family, your husband, it's never existed. So please show whatever receipts that you're talking about regarding threatening you, because it just doesn't exist. These are all false claims. They're all false. Okay? I'm not a street person. I've never been in a gang. I've never been arrested. I've never been to jail. I have never been to prison. And to say I'm out here threatening people and banging on people, you specifically, is crazy. Like I said it earlier in my statement, I'm like, Joseline, you could probably beat me up. You could probably beat me up. Look at my size, the optics of it, and look at Ballistic and me and you. Like, it doesn't even. And to say I'm putting hits, and I don't even think like that. I don't even come from that. That's not who I am. That's not how I was brought up at all. Just doesn't exist. And I was very fortunate and blessed to have amazing parents and amazing family. And we've always treated people right from a moral standpoint. And we've always done good business. And I've done my best. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy to me. I may argue from time to time, but what you're accusing me of is just completely false. And to say I have people overseas calling you and making threats, like I'm tied to some religious group overseas or some mob, it is insane. I know we work with a lot of people who, probably wouldn't pass a psych eval or a background check, because usually when you work for more traditional networks, that's what they require. You have to check those boxes: background check, psych eval. So if they see any red flags, they're like, no. We've been very flexible in that area. So I'm just trying to process this stuff. Like, where do you come up with these things? These are just, I've never heard this stuff. And people out there that maybe it's just insane. It's insane. So I'm like kind of mind boggled. If anything, you've made threats towards me. You've made threats towards me in our group text today, which you've made some crazy threats, not only in today, but since I've ever met you. You've had this erratic response at times where you would be impulsive and make threats. You threatened to kill my dogs at one point in time. You threatened and attacked my brother. You put me in weird situations business-wise. When you, even at the Miami thing at an arena, when you got arrested, I'm just trying to process this. Over the years, we've put up at Zeus, and my team have put up with your abuse, your threats towards me, my team, my producers, my talent. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I was saying that I'm happy for her and Ballistic. I can relate to that personally. With Scotty and her pregnancy. So I'm not here to attack her or add any stress or unnecessary stress. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow false narratives or allegations to be made about me or the company without addressing them. And that's why I'm really speaking on this today. This is not new. This is a pattern of behavior. When things don't go her way, she goes on social media and starts this disparaging and defamation campaign against people who don't either agree with her or who she's upset with, not in just business, but even personally close to her. That's something that I just can't sit back and ignore when it's directed at me and Zeus. I can't. To be clear, we've paid Joseline very well over the years. This is not about what we've paid her. This is about payments moving forward and fulfilling agreed upon obligations, and that's, to me, equally clear. This is not about a picture with another network owner, which I've seen some people post. It's not about that. It's about pretty much the broader contractual framework she agreed to, including exclusivity, restrictions around direct or indirect competition and performance-based obligations such as participation and promotion. More recently, it also involves honoring key provisions in her agreement, including non-disparaging, confidentiality, and refraining from making false and defamatory statements, both personally and professionally, regarding Zeus, his executives, me, the team. These are just very standard, clearly defined terms that we agreed on by both parties, and we expect them to be respected just as we uphold on our end. These specific provisions in her agreement that have been breached, we've made an effort to address this privately, respectfully, calmly, in good faith, and we're still willing to do so. That includes multiple attempts to communicate directly, find a resolution without bringing it into the public. Joseline is entertaining. We get it. She's brought value to the platform. We respect that. And we genuinely thought we were beyond this. But at the end of the day, this is business. When you agree to terms, especially around exclusivity, conduct, and professional obligations, you're expected to honor, them, just like you would expect us to honor our commitments. That's all we're asking for: accountability, respect, and what we agreed to. And just so everybody understands, we support all of our content partners. We've always supported our content partners. We love our content partners. We've had a lot of them over the years that we have been working with for a long time. We've tried to create as much real value and opportunities for people that most networks just, wouldn't even take a chance.
I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think Lemmy is being straight up and honest, or do you think it's a little, fluff in what he's saying? Me personally, I think it's some truth in it. How much truth, I do not know, because I haven't seen any real receipts. And I think another young lady came out saying some things about Lemmy as well, as far as the women being paid to fight and all that kind of stuff. Now, me, on that aspect, I'm not surprised, because I feel like it has to be something in it for a woman to get on there and fight like these people be fighting. They be going all the way in. So it has to be something in it for them, instead of just being on here showing like, I can throw these hands on TV. But these young folks, for clicks and views and for people to see them, they'll fight. So I don't know, but I do feel like there's some truth somewhere in it. I do not know how much truth. I don't feel like, Joseline really, really can go all the way hard in there, because if she was on this show, Zeus, for a long time, that she helped promote. And my biggest thing is that if he was that bad, then why did you stay? Outside of, I guess, getting the experience until she was ready to launch her own thing. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that a little bit of this is because she is just mad because he's not cutting her check? Because I'm sure it's something in there, if they become a direct competitor, I'm sure in those clauses that if that happens, then the money gonna be funny. So that's probably what the issue is, because Joseline's network that she's a part of, Why Are You Here TV, is just kind of getting up and going. So they don't have the funds like, it would be if she stayed directly on that platform. But you gotta step out on faith. So I don't know. I just want to come talk to y'all. See what y'all think about it. Do y'all think, Lemmy is wrong? I don't. I think that if you're going to be competing for me, then you got to go. Because now we are competitors. We are not like working for the same outcome for my business. Because in a business, you have one head and everybody else are the tail. Or if you have a partnership or whatever. But people have places. So if you're a person that wants to step out and be your own entrepreneur, it is absolutely cool. But he, on the other hand, has to protect his brand and his business. So I don't think Lemmy is wrong for that. Now, I do feel that on these reality TV shows, sometimes they do get to be a little degrading for the women, because they put so much out there. It's like, I like the little rah-rah stuff that be going on, but I too, in a reality vibe, would like to see some more positive stuff. I would like to see some things showing Black people making boss moves, or people or women in general, Black or white, making boss moves, trying to get up to the next level and do their thing. Not just about, shaking your butt, twerking, having the boobs out and all of this. I think, that's all because people want to see that. People don't want to see the positive. That's probably why you don't see a lot of it. They want to see the twerking. They want to see the this out, that out, oversized and all of that. But, so I get it. You got to do what it takes to make the money legally. But I do think that reality TV is a bit much now. They need to do some things to kind of curve it, change it up. And let's see what we can do to stand out and be different. I do feel like looking at some of the shows on Joseline's network, that she's trying to have a little different vibe. Now, granted, she is expecting, so right now she can't be Joseline in the rare form. You know, she'll snap on them, but she really shouldn't be Joseline in the rare form. She should be a little bit more chilled because she is expecting. Now, once she has the baby, I don't know. She might be get back to the real Joseline. But my biggest thing, do you all feel that? Do you all feel that reality TV needs to kind of shake up and put out some more positive things? Or you think it is what it is? Don't if you don't want to see it, then don't look. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Just want to kind of come to you and talk to you about what was going on between Joseline and Lemmy. Do you think Joseline is just upset because the money is funny now? He's cutting the checks off? Or do you think Lemmy was for real, doing some of the things that she said he was doing? She said he's a amateur Puffy. She's a step under Puffy. Like he was doing some of the same things that Puffy was doing. That is what she's saying, that he is another Puff Daddy, P Daddy, and that the feds are coming out for him. This is some of the stuff that Joseline put out. And I have noticed, even when you look at rap, you look at the music, if everybody feel like you can't make money unless you have some type of grief or back and forth going on. So this could be like a ploy to get attention. So the network that she's trying to build, the streaming platform she has, Why Are You Here, can get some views. It could be all about that too. But what I will tell you, if not all true, Joseline need to tone it down unless she got some receipts, because he can get her for defamation and all that stuff. Ask Tasha K. Tasha K can't get away from Cardi B, because Cardi B is going to collect her money if it's the last thing she does. So if all that is not true, what she's saying, she need to put a little ice on it, Joseline. I'm just saying, because you don't want to end up in a position when your business is just trying to get going and you end up like a Tasha K, because defamation is major, especially if it shows some type of loss in revenue, his reputation and all that. So my thing, I would say just put some ice on it, try to make your money, and let's get to moving. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about it. If you think Joseline is mad and that's why she's putting out all these things, and it's probably just her not being straight up and honest, and she is really on thin ice doing that, or if you think there's some truth in it, and you think Lemmy does have some undercover things where he's been paying the girls to fight and paying people to get beat up and beating up his wives and allegedly doing all this other stuff she was saying, alleged. Let me know what you think, and check out Joseline's new platform, Why Are You Here? Thanks, it's gonna be good. Bye.